I'm still trying to locate Wisdom. So I don't know, Wisdom, are you on the call? You can unmute yourself and say something just to be sure that you're on the call. Wisdom, that's the last panelist. Yeah. Emmanuel, please, if you see Wisdom on the call, please make him a co-host so that we can all have an interesting experience. So to all our audience, I see all of you are so happy and you guys are dropping messages on the chat box. But I want you to do something for us. Just look through the attendance list, those who are currently on the call. I think we have about 53 persons on the Zoom call, and we'll have some participants joining us via YouTube. Yeah, we can see you, we can hear you. But what we want you to do for us is simple. Look at the names of those who are on the call and just say hi to them. So if you see my name, James, you just say hi, James. A way of let's have a conversation, right? Just send some greetings to your fellow friends who are on the call. So I want to see the chat popping up some messages right now. Yeah, let me see those who are following instruction. Anybody you see must it be my name. I look at other persons now. The other persons on the call. So see these people. Please, good. So hi Chigoze, yeah, we have Roslyn, Abba. Hi Samuel. Yeah, I can see you guys. Thank you so much for joining. We really do appreciate. Yeah, I have some of my friends who are also graduates like myself. They're also supporting the division. Yeah, thank you so much, guys, for joining. We really do appreciate your time. I think with that being said, while we're watching them dropping their messages, I would like to ask our panelists just an intro question. It's not something you have to come with high force to us. We are friends, so just make it so friendly. So the question I want to ask is as simple as you telling us what should we expect from this event in one word. Like at the end of this event, what should we hope to get in one word? So I know the person is among our panel. I'm going to call your name, right? So you just tell me in one word, what should we hope to achieve at the end of this event? So please, our audience, please pay attention to our speakers. So at the end of the event, if we are not impacted, there's going to be a problem. So please, Samuel, please, can you do us the honor by giving us just a word? A word.
Clarity.
A word is fine. Come again.
Can you hear me? Clarity.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Clarity. Okay, clarity. Okay. Please, guys, take note of that clarity because you need to choose the word that will put you on the safe space. Eh? Treasure. Treasure, please, can you give us a word? Yeah.
Okay, strategy.
Oh, strategies. These guys are dodging. So, okay, we have, okay, Zine, please, can you tell us something? Maybe also be different. So, what should we?
So you're asking what would we get out of this meeting?
Yes, in just one word.
In just one word. Very interesting. I hope you feel inspired. So inspiration. Yeah.
Okay. Inspiration. Please, guys, take note of those words. One said clarity, another one said strategies, and Ezine said inspiration. So whatever happens at the end of this call, I will share their contact with you. You go back to them and ask them and hold them responsible if you are not impacted or if you are not inspired. So I don't know if Wisdom is on the call. Please, we would like to see you. I also want to hear you. We also want to hear you. We know you're an engineer, so always you are always in the field, in base, wherever you're at, right? But then let's hear one word from you. You think we're going to get at the end of this event? Yeah, you're muted.
Sir James, yes,
So
thank you very much for this opportunity, sir. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. So one has to be informed. Yes, I use that word informed.
Okay, informed. Okay, informed. But honestly, these guys are trying to play a rough game here with me. Because I don't know why somebody would say informed, because you can be informed about several things, but yet you are informed. So, but let's see how the event turns out. But trust me, you're going to be informed, you're going to get the right strategies, you're going to be inspired, and of course, you have clarity about several misconceptions you must have heard, right? So I'll get down to business. I already have my questions here. I have to pick up my phone so that I'll read out the questions to our speakers or to our panelists. So please, while you are listening to them and you have any question to ask, please feel free to drop those questions on the chat. So my first question, of course, goes to Samuel. My first question goes to you. It's going to be a three-round question. We'll have the first round, we'll have the second round, we'll have the third round. It's like a quiz. Yeah, like petrol quiz. I guess you can relate. So the question I have here for you is, do you think it is too late to build a relationship with lecturers, even as a final year student? And is it really necessary? How can a student go about it? And must every student have such a relationship with their lecturers? I know there are several questions in this particular question. So I don't know if you got me right. Did you get the question correctly? Okay, okay. Yeah, you're muted. Yes, please. I'll just go over it again. Do you think it is too late to build a relationship with lecturers, even as a final year student? Is it necessary? How can a student go about it? And must every student have such a relationship with their lecturers? Thank you.
All right. So once again, thank you, everyone. Thank you for having me on this call. So we don't consume much time doing appreciation, thanking James and the team for putting this together. Let's just go straight to the point. I guess we could do that maybe later on. But this is just to appreciate the entire team for putting this work together. And for the other panelists, thank you for having me. So like one of, I often say in most webinars or meetings, like a role model, the current GMD, managing director, group managing director for NMPC will often say in conferences, usually say, he's going to speak his mind. So I'm going to speak my mind, right? So anything I'm going to say here on this call, I guess the call is recorded, of course. So it's my mind. So it's not cast in stone. It's not to be used as a doctrine. Get the knowledge, learn, try to implement it. If it works for you, fine. If it doesn't work for you, doesn't mean it doesn't work before. So to respond to that question, I'll take it from the bottom, right? If it's necessary, I'll say it's necessary. It's better you have something and you don't need it than need something and you don't have it. So whether you would need the help of your lecturer or you not need the help of your lecturer today or in the nearest future, doesn't matter. Just ensure that throughout your stay in school or after school, you don't burn a bridge between your lecturers. So I would say that it is necessary, very much necessary. Now, to the last part of the question that said, how do a person start? If you are in your first year, second year, third year, let me use these three as an example, it's very necessary that you start building your relationship with your lecturer before you get to final level. How do you do that? Which is now the last question. The timing, that's including the aspect, the last question about if it's too late for final year students. I'm going to merge those two questions together. It's not late. You just ensure you don't leave the four walls of your university. Even you might not be as close to some lecturers as picking up your phone, texting them on WhatsApp, making calls, telling them hi, going to visit them, but at least to the basic level, let this lecturer know I know this student. Even if your face might not be too familiar, they might not be familiar with your face, at least to a basic level, you should have a good rapport with them. How do you start this relationship with them? It starts by normal greetings. You see, most times I appreciate James very well a lot of time because you see, back then it is difficult for first class students or top academic students to build a relationship with their lecturer. Guess why? They just feel, what do I need from them? But you see, nowadays the table has turned around in the sense that the top students are even much more closer to the lecturer than those that are even in the lower level. Now, the lower levels then begins to get scared of getting close to a lecturer just because they feel they don't have what this lecturer. It doesn't matter. Irrespective of your grades, irrespective of what you have, irrespective of the level you have, the lecturer is teaching everybody. Therefore, you should have that understanding that relationship with the lecturer is open to everybody. You could start, like I said, just by greeting, just normal greeting, being the best student. Best student, I don't mean in academics, but best student in behavior, best student in how you act in school, how you put yourself out there, both in lectures and all that. That's the basic way you should start before you begin to get closer, maybe getting to help them run some errands, getting to help them do some things, helping them to clear some stuff in their offices, or maybe even going to check on them in the office and all that. So the basic way to start is just by being well behaved in your academics. I hope that answers.
Yeah, thank you very much. That was very, very, very straight to the point. That was very straight to the point. So thank you very much for that response. I believe our audience has taken note of those responses. So because of our time, we're going to move on to the next person, next panelist. Isn't it you are the next? And this is a question for you. Aside from getting good grades, right? Aside from getting good grades, what other ways can you make your lecturer interested in you? What are those things students can do that will readily catch the interest of their lecturers? Things that can give them more access to their lecturers. I don't know if you got the question right. I could repeat it if you want me to, but that's a question for you, isn't it? Thank you.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. So aside from getting good grades is one way to definitely get and hold the attention of your professors, right? But I believe in Nigeria, there are lots of students who have good grades, so it can be very hard for the professors to know everybody. So what other way can you get your professor to pay attention to you? So in my world, right, our professors, they hold like office hours. And the one thing that they always say in our classes is that students don't come to office hours, even if they make that time available to students, right? So in that sense, like you also have to like think about, okay, what ways can I get the attention of my professors that other students are not, they are not doing the same thing. So in what I did was I attended multiple office hours, and they would always say that it doesn't have to be class related, it doesn't have to be subject related. You can just come and talk to them about anything that's happening in your life. Um, so yeah, that's what I did. That's what I did mostly. I always attended office hours every now and then. I dropped by, said hi to my professors. And I also got to know my department. So besides my professors, right, I also got to know my department staff. So the Office of Public Health, I would always go there and speak with the dean. I would speak with like just basic staffs who were around, and they also got to know me, and they would recommend things or people I should talk to, introduce me to people. So like sometimes you can try talking to other people who are like quote unquote lower, right, to get to that person that you want to get person you want to get to. If they are assistants in your class, if they are like I don't know if this happens in Nigerian classes, but if they're like TAs, right, you should get to know them and then eventually let them know that you're also trying to get to know your professor, and they would connect you. So it's like a web of connections. You can try and start low to get to that person that you want to get to.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I think when you were speaking, I saw some audience, some of our participants indicate by giving us some of their emojis, right? Showing that they really like what you are sharing to them and making sense to them. So I'd like you to know that you're passing a message, just like you said. So many of them have been inspired. But then again, I think we have another panelist who would like to add to what you have said, a person of Treasure. So Treasure, please, can you go ahead and do some additions to what is there said? Thank you.
Okay, so Izine said these tips that Izine gave were very, very solid in terms of officers, then also meeting someone lower that can also connect you. But I would like to add in terms of Nigerian university, we have a lot of people in class. You have lecturers that obviously you would like to meet, but maybe you just feel like, oh, how will I get the person's interest? Oh, I don't have good grades, like the question was. One way is to ask intelligent questions. So in class, you can always be very noticeable, like sit in front, don't be a backbencher, sit in front, ask questions. For example, there was this particular lecturer I wanted to get close to. I looked at her at the prospectus and I saw her PhD work, and it's something I was interested in. But I knew that, I can't just be greeting her every day. Oh, hello ma, hello ma. I needed something that she would say, okay, this girl is intelligent, this girl is brilliant. So I looked at her PhD work and I was like, oh, this is interesting. She was doing something relating to, I think, biogas. So I went to her office, I asked questions, like I had drafted questions. So obviously the next time she will see me, she'll be like, yeah, this girl that came to come and meet me. And during the course of